What is happening in the Villages, Florida market? Let's talk about that for a minute. I want to give you an update of what's going on this week, kind of what we saw last week, a little bit more maybe in our buyers' favor. Who knows? But things have still been moving. So right now we have 510 active homes. So still kind of a good thing. If you're looking at the grand picture, a few months ago, we were over 720 homes on the market. Right now we have about 63 that came on in the last 7 days, and 40 went pending in the last week. So a little bit different. So the shift has happened in the last couple of weeks. If you were paying attention to what was happening about 9-10 weeks straight in June, July, we were having, even in the very beginning of August, we were having more homes sell and go pending than what were coming on the market. But right now, again, so in the last week, we had 63 come on, 40 that went pending, 46 sold, and we did have 9 expireds. So, and we're sitting right at 68 days on market. Average, so this is important. These next two numbers I'm going to give you are really important if you are a buyer or a seller, but something to keep in the front of your mind. So again, think of your average days on market is 68 days, but average closing ratio, we're at 97.8%. So the beginning of August, we were at 98.7%. Now we're at 97.8%. So that means that when a home is listed, the seller is getting 97.8, so just shy of 98% of their price. Now, if you look at the close price, the ratio of where the original listing was, that's a little bit bigger of a gap. It's sitting at 95.3. So that means whatever the original price was, we're getting about 95.3%. The seller is getting 95.3. So just keep that in mind as you are looking at homes. I just started working with very sweet clients today. Some buyers who are looking to get a home here, and they were looking at the big picture, and they said this was really helpful to know, because you don't want to go in with that expectation that we can just get 10% of asking price. That's a big stretch when you're talking about percentage of a house. That's a big deal, and we're not in that market. So of course every deal is different, and every home, maybe if the home is completely off its rocker for its listing price, maybe it's completely over market value, that would be a different scenario. Maybe it's been on market for 200 days, that would be a different situation. But your average listing, just keep that in mind, that you're going to be right around 97%, a little bit higher. If that's what your offer is, you'll probably get it under contract. And who knows, it might not be, it might be full price. That's it. The seller knows the value of their home. They're not playing games. This is the price. If you really want to get a home, then just put in what the seller is offering, of course. But the average price per square foot is $245 per square foot. And our months of inventory, so right now we're sitting at 5 months of inventory. So that means if nobody else listed their home for the next 5 months, we would have enough to satisfy all of our buyers. That's an important number if you're thinking of listing your home. Once you get to like 6 months of inventory, 7 months of inventory, that's definitely more in the buyer's favor. We were actually sitting at 3 months of inventory in July. So something to keep in mind, it's kind of turning around a little bit if you're a buyer. The average sale price right now is $406,426. So $406,426 is the average sale price in the Villages. So I hope this helps. I hope it just gives you a good idea of what's going on in the market. If you are on I have a social media page. You can go to Joanie Snaith Realtor on Facebook, and I'll post this every week so you can actually see what is happening if you're keeping up with the trends. But again, we're at 510 active total on the MLS. We have 6 coming soon, and 196 pending, so 196 under contract. And in the last 180 days, we had 1,221 homes that sold. So definitely an amazing, I think, an amazing market. It's very promising for both our buyers and our sellers. There's definitely some pros for both. So thank you for watching. If this is helpful to you, please feel free to drop me a comment or reach out with any questions that you may have. I'll put my information in the description here, and maybe you know someone who's thinking of selling or buying in the Villages and they want to kind of dig a little bit deeper. I would love to connect. I would love to help with your specific needs. So thank you again. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk soon.